Hello and welcome back to It's Not Complicated, a show dedicated to helping you equip, empower, and encourage you to keep pursuing your dreams and goals, even despite going through hardships and or failures. My name is Coach John. I am the founder of Simple Disciplines Coaching and the creator of the Simple Disciplines program. Listen, this is the first podcast episode of 2024. Give it up. That was my DJ sound effects. All right. Listen, we ended 2023 off by kind of giving you guys the three pillars of total body wellness and how that can help you with your long-term goals. But I want to kind of set some framework to start your year off 2024 with some solid guidelines that you can place on yourself in order for you to stay on track or kind of keep pursuing your 2024 New Year's resolutions. To be completely honest, I am not a New Year's resolutions guy. Okay. I am a proponent of I see something that needs to be done, I see something that needs to be worked on, and I do it as soon as possible. However, I know that some people don't operate that way. So I'm here to help you on your journey through 2024 and keeping your New Year's resolutions. And I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to just redo another episode. The most popular episode on this show, and it was way early on when I didn't even have any like followers or subscribers to this podcast. We literally had zeros across the board, but for whatever reason, a lot of people shared this specific episode called Finding the Why for Your Why, and it's all caps Y for your lowercase y. And I really think that episode, so after this episode, or you can pause this episode right now, go back and listen to that episode. It's like the third or fourth episode. So just scroll down if you're listening on Spotify. The Finding the Why for Your Why, or Remembering the Why for Your Why, something like that. You'll see which one I'm talking about. And the reason why that is because anytime people start a journey or a New Year's resolutions, they have a why they want to do it. Okay, the most popular one for New Year's resolutions that I see a lot in my area of the internet is exercise and dieting. Okay, exercise and eating right. Okay, some people have financial goals, some people have business goals, some people have some personal goals, some people have goals such as like reading, things like that. But I want to give you, I want to remind you of why you started in the first place. Okay. And that's what that episode is. Because a lot of times, like, let's say it's January right now, so nobody has probably slipped on the New Year's resolutions yet, or all of you have. Everybody's probably slipped maybe a little bit, but for the most part, everybody's still on fire, right? Everybody's still motivated. It's only January 5th at this point, and people are most likely not quit yet, although they might have messed up and they're thinking about quitting. Okay, because they've messed up. Okay, so what I'm about to tell you is if you keep it through March, you keep it through April, you're like halfway through the year, and let's say you're still on that New Year's resolutions grind, and at that point, it's just probably lifestyle, right? Some of people want to quit, and it's because in that time when it's hard for them, they don't remember why they started in the first place. So like this is what I'm getting at here. That episode explains finding the why for your why isn't like, okay, I'm going to exercise and diet to lose weight. Okay, so your goal of exercising and dieting is to lose weight. But why do you want to lose the weight in the first place? You want to be a healthier human being. You want to look better. You want to feel better. You want to be more confident. You want to be an able-bodied parent, being able to be there for your kids, being able to be there physically for your family. And health is a very important, proponent of that. Okay. So that being said, finding the why for your why is remembering in those hard times the deeper why, not like the surface level why of, oh, I'm exercising and dieting to lose weight. It's I'm exercising and dieting to lose the weight because why? I want to be X, Y, and Z, or I am tightening up financially so I can be a better off human being for my kids, my heirs, whatever. Okay. So there's a lot of layers to it, and I kind of go in a deep dive. I tell some personal stories. So go back and listen to that episode. Today, though, I'm going to help give you a framework to help you with your New Year's resolutions in order for them to be a complete lifestyle change. Okay. When I was a personal trainer, I guess I'm technically still a personal trainer. I don't take clients anymore, but I guess I'm got the certification. I'm not an active personal trainer at the moment. A lot of what I was doing, aside from helping them train and learn how to exercise, I wasn't just showing them exercises and having them. I was teaching them about the body and how to exercise themselves, and I would see them a couple times a week, expecting them to work out on their own. And my goal was for them to not see me for every day for forever, right? Because I want to give them the actual education and the tools and understanding on how to be able to exercise on their own in the long term, right? As well as giving them realistic expectations, as well as giving them realistic goals, as well as giving them realistic decisions to make when it comes to dieting and lifestyle. I'm not a fan of fad anything. Okay? I'm not a fan of crash diets, keto this, I can't even think of fad diets off the top of my head. There's a long list of fad exercises, diets, whatever, that are just not really sustainable for an average human being with an average income on an average budget with an average time frame. Listen, if you are not training for a bodybuilding show, if you are not training for a powerlifting competition, if you're not training for some sort of high level competition, as a personal trainer, I'm not going to hold you to the standards of one of those people. Right? So I'm not going to tell you to meal prep, 20 chicken breasts for you to eat, and you're going to eat chicken and rice every meal. No, we're going to make some realistic adjustments that you can withhold, or that you can perform every single day consistently for a long period of time. And that's how I run the Simple Disciplines program. The Simple Disciplines program, my clients I've had some clients have had some very, very huge life changes within the program. And although it starts on day one, their life doesn't immediately change on day one. It's called Simple Disciplines for reasons, because we break down their daily routines and their daily life into small individual actions that can be repeated consistently over a long period of time. And that's how the whole program works. And we can consistently build on top of those things. Okay? So that's sort of the framework. That's sort of the plan. Okay? And I was thinking about how I can, haven't done an episode in a couple weeks. I went back home to Allen, Texas, and I was thinking about what I could talk about for this first episode of the year. And I really feel like I want to help you guys use some biblical references and things like that in order to help you do the same thing in your life with your New Year's resolutions and or some changes that you're making in your life this year. And it doesn't have to be a New Year's resolution. You can, in February, if you're listening to this episode, or March, you're listening to this episode, and you're making some sort of lifestyle change or whatever. Because I do have people who go back and listen to older episodes way after they're posted. So I don't want you to feel like if it's March and this isn't a New Year's resolution, it's okay to start right now. Okay, this New Year's resolution thing is just, on the trend right now because it is the beginning of January and people are trying to make a change in their life. So if you are making a change, you can listen to this episode. It's fine. Just understand that if you're starting in March or April or June or July, that's when it starts for you, okay? But for most people listening to this episode, it's already started 5 days ago, okay, on January 1, okay? One thing that I feel that people struggle with is the long-term consistency in anything, okay? And when I mean consistency, I mean 7 days in a week. I mean 365 days for years. Okay? Years. Not like 6 months. Not like, oh, I made some progress. Oh, I did this program and now I can go back and whatever. No. Lifestyle changes. Okay? And where I think people struggle with is the lack of vision, the mental clarity when it comes to foreseeing, right? When it comes to seeing through these long-term goals. The pastor at church on New Year's Eve here in Amarillo, Texas, talked out of Proverbs 29:18. I'm gonna sum it up. My phone is being used as a camera. I forgot to bring out my Bible, but essentially the verse is talking about where there is no vision, the people will perish. And then in verse 19 talks about those will rejoice when they abide by the law. Okay, I paraphrased it. It's not word for word. I literally have my notes right here. I forgot to grab my Bible. I was like, oh, I'll just read off my phone. But my phone is my camera right now, so I can't read it word for word. But you can go back and reference it. Proverbs 29:18 and 19. And that is sort of talking about, basically, in context, is talking about those who abide by the law of biblical standards will see vision in their life, meaning they will be able to live happily in the future, as well as the people who won't will perish, and people who abide by the law will live not happily, but in good standing. Okay, so how does that apply to you? The Bible is a framework of how to live your life. So we can take out of this verse, okay, that yes, what I teach people and what I help people with, and in this podcast and in my coaching business, yes, do I help people, and do I always take Bible verses and apply it to their life? No, not really, but the framework of how to live a disciplined life does come from the Bible. Okay? There's multiple references to it about staying disciplined, staying consistent daily. Pray to the Lord daily. Praise the Lord daily. Right? These are daily things. It's not temporary spurts of action. It's daily and it's consistent. So you can apply this into your life, and it doesn't have to be super spiritual. You don't have to over spiritualize everything. Just break it down practical. How can it apply to your life? Make a law for yourself. Have non-negotiables. I will train every day. I will work out every day. I will watch what I eat every day. I will stick to my budget every day. I will make a list of critical tasks that need to be done in my business today, every single day. Right? It's not something that non-negotiables are something that are, as it literally says, something that you will not waver in your life. When I go travel places, I look ahead of time of where I can work out, of where I can train, where I can be alone for a little bit. Usually it's in my truck. I spend a lot of alone time in my truck. It's where I pray. It's where I think. It's where I talk to myself, talk to God. It's where I worship, because nobody will interrupt me. My windows are tinted. I can play music. I can do whatever, and it's quiet, and nobody can hear me, etc., etc. Those are non-negotiables for me. Figure out in your life what on your journey for New Year's resolutions is a non-negotiable for you in order for you to reach those goals. Because see, in the long-term vision, you have your end game, you have your goal, but what are the steps that you need to take to reach that goal? Those steps you take every single day need to be non-negotiable. If you're traveling, if something happens in your life, if something crazy happens, if you fail are you going to give up? No, you're going to pick back up the next day. You're not going to, oh, well, this morning I had a flat tire, I couldn't get to the gym, and I might as well eat like crap and watch Netflix all day. No. Don't stack losses, stack wins. Find ways to stack wins on top of each other. A loss doesn't mean you failed. You might have had a temporary setback, but overall, you haven't failed yet. You just kind of messed up. You might have had a minute failure for that day, but you haven't failed the long-term thing yet. The only way you will fail is if you quit. And I hate people who quit just because things get. I don't hate people. I hate that people quit when things get hard. It's supposed to be hard. Even in the Bible, it doesn't talk about when you become a Christian, life becomes easy. God promises that He'll be there with you through the struggles. So pray about it. Pray about what some of your non-negotiables are. Write some goals down for this year for you or for the next 5 years. You'd be surprised on if you buckle down and it's funny seeing it in my clients, how much you can accomplish in 2 or 3 months and how drastically you can change your life in such a short period of time if you put in non-negotiables. Listen, on day one with my clients, we don't call it non-negotiables. We just have daily checklists. There are things that they do every single day and some of them are really, really simple. Literally, like just doing your nighttime routines in the same order, or morning routines in the same order, or waking up at a certain time, going to bed by a certain time. Like it's nothing crazy. I'm not telling them to jump in a cold tub and swim a mile and run up a hill and spend an hour outside with no technology. No, they're very, 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 very simple. But repeated consistently over time leads to great gains. So, summing up this topic here, make a plan for yourself. Make these laws for yourself. The only person that can help you is you. Nobody cares about your career. Nobody cares about your life. Nobody cares about what you want to accomplish. Nobody cares as much about your goals as you do. You're the only one who cares about yourself as much as you do. Other people may care for you. Other people might love you, but nobody cares about your future more than you do. Take that to the bank. Okay, listen, I'm going to sum up this episode today. I could talk about this for forever. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedbacks, criticisms, whatever, feel free to message me at Simple Disciplines on Instagram. Make sure you hit that bell on Spotify. Rate 5 stars, please. We've had a good amount of 5-star reviews. I'm proud to say that everybody who's dropped a review has made it 5 stars, and we're a couple shy of 50 subscribers on Spotify. It's free to subscribe. The show is free. Everything about the show is free. The only thing I ask in return for any sort of payment is for you to drop me some sort of feedback, whether it's on this podcast episode, answer the poll question, the Q&A question, and or share it with a friend, share it on social media. Please share the show so we can help some people, and then you guys can link arms together, grow this community. And I believe soul-heartedly that if you lean in a community of like-minded people, because people listening to the show are pretty like-minded. You might come from different backgrounds. You might have different actual goals. You might have different career fields, whatever. But at the end of the day, you guys are ambitious people. You're the top 1% who realize you have untapped potential and you want to reach your goals. And everybody listening to the show are like-minded in that way. So please share, grow this community, link arms with other strong people, and let's destroy 2024. Let's literally make I hate seeing this post. I've been seeing it around. Okay, I'm gonna after I say this, then I'm gonna close it. I hate seeing this post going around that saying that like if all you accomplished in 2023 is getting through it, that's okay. Screw that, dude. That's such a weak mentality. If you got through some struggles, I get it. I've had some very, 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 very tough years. But what are you gonna do about it? Still accomplish things in the midst of failure, in the midst of trial, in the midst of tribulation. Keep going. Don't let 2024 happen to you. You go out and kick 2024 in the rear end. All right? That's what I'll leave you here with today. Make sure to share, like, subscribe, whatever you got to do to let people know about the show. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Happy New Year.